San Diego native Lou Palestini was born and raised in Little Italy.
I grew up in the two-story house, the red color house over there. My grandmother lived upstairs.
But Little Italy has changed a lot since Palestini was born in 1942. In the early 70s, the tuna fishing industry quickly declined. That began an exodus from Little Italy that was accelerated when the I-5 freeway tore through the area at about the same time.
That freeway, what it did to us, it cut us in half.
And this is not the only near downtown neighborhood that was devastated by the I-5. So says Marco Lamandri, president of New City America.
It killed Middletown. It killed, for a while, Little Italy. It killed Barrio Logan. I mean, the S-curve basically takes the freeway and goes around downtown, so it didn't hurt commercial properties. It went through neighborhoods.
A lot of damage has been done, but there is something you can do about these deep gouges in the urban landscape. Vicky Estrada, president of Estrada Land Planning, says try to imagine this stretch of I-5 between downtown and Balboa Park Bankers Hill covered by a freeway lid.
Instead of seeing all this concrete and hearing all this noise, what we could see, a number of different things. We could see a park with trees and grass and playgrounds and sports fields perhaps.
As its name suggests, a freeway lid is a concrete shelf that covers a sunken freeway, allowing development on top of it. If you go to the I-15 in City Heights, you don't need your imagination to see what it can do. This may look like an ordinary San Diego park in City Heights, but beneath me, the traffic on the I-15 is going a mile a minute. I'm standing on a freeway lid, which was built by Caltrans about a dozen years ago. Over in Los Angeles, Park 101 is a proposal to cap several blocks of Highway 101 near downtown. Folks at LA Metro say freeway lids can turn noisy ruts into useful public space.
Being able to capture back the value of that airspace above those freeways and being able to put that back in the public hands.
So, why not cap all our sunken freeways to create parks and reconnect neighborhoods? Well, putting a lid on just one block of I-15 in City Heights cost $70 million 15 years ago. The cost estimate for capping the I-5 between downtown and Balboa Park is just under $300 million. Marco Lamandri with New City America was born in Little Italy, and he spent years working on the neighborhood's redevelopment. Standing atop the City Heights freeway lid, he argues the cost of capping a freeway is prohibitive, and money in City Heights would have been better spent buying land and creating linear parks alongside the I-15.
If you were looking to try to maximize green area and parks within the mid-city area, which is probably the most under-parked area in the city in terms of relative density, I think that this was not the way to do it.
Lamandri gives the example of Ward Canyon Park, just north of the City Heights freeway lid at Adams Avenue in I-15, as a better investment and a park that gets more public use. Developing this park cost only $1.5 million. Lamandri says acquiring the land in the 1990s was probably less than $5 million. Vicky Estrada says depending on circumstances, the high cost of a freeway lid may be worth it. She adds that her great-grandmother owned a home in Sherman Heights that was demolished to make room for the I-5. She says the plans for freeway lids downtown are visionary.
And I think it's a great vision that would go a long way to reconnecting the neighborhoods that were severed many years ago by the freeway.
Seen in another way, urban freeways don't really destroy neighborhoods, they redefine them. Little Italy, now bordered by the I-5 to the east, is smaller and less family-oriented than it used to be, but it's also bustling and prosperous thanks to years of redevelopment. You couldn't build a freeway lid here because in Little Italy, the I-5 is elevated, not sunken. Lou Palestini also wonders, even if you could reconnect his old neighborhood, what would be the point?
After so many years being divided, what are you going to bring back? Everybody's made their own ways again. You know what I'm saying?
Like it or not, progress and the I-5 have changed the face of this old Italian community.